you decided to make the decision you did? Like, kind of what, you know, was there anybody in your circle kind of advising you to go, or was that just something you kind of came to all on your own?
No, I mean, yeah, I talked to a lot of people, and you know, the thing about that grade is if you're not a surefire first rounder, they tell you to go back to school, you know, so, and that's before you test, that's before you do the interviews, you know, before all that. So there's a lot more stuff that goes into it than just that, you know, that's all pre-stuff. But, and I got a lot of good counsel from a lot of people, guys that played in the NFL, you know, my uncle being one of them, and I had a lot of people that were telling me to make that move, and I felt good about it. So I went with that gut decision, and you know, I'm happy with it.
Can you compare how you feel now as opposed to when everything ended in Indianapolis?
I feel a lot better. You know, just hearing 4.6s, 4.7s, you know, anything than what showed up on that clock at Indy, you know, on TV. But you know, I ran what I knew I could run, and you know, so it feels good to see all that work pay off.
What are you supposed to happen up in Indianapolis? You weren't the only one. A lot of guys did run particularly well there. What do you attribute that to?
So looking at my splits, I had really good 10 to 20 and 20 to 40 splits. I ran actually pretty fast. I screwed up my start. My legs weren't there. I think I worked too hard the nights prior, and then when I got up to run, I just didn't have my legs there, and I was crushed. I was crushed about it. I worked so hard up into that point, and you know, it's tough when you know, just like grind it. You know, you're ready for that moment, and then you know, it didn't happen like you thought it would. And but you know, put my head down, got right back to work, and you know, ran what I know I could run today. So.
Yeah, I saw you had something on Twitter about that. You did seem very bewildered. How long did it take for you to kind of just collect yourself, knowing that you were going to have your second shot here?
Well, I saw what I ran, you know, immediately after I ran, and I was shook because that's the last thing I expected to see. I knew it didn't feel good the first time I ran it, and I knew it felt even worse the second time I ran it. So, you know, seeing what I ran, I was kind of shook, but I had to flush it and put it behind me and go catch the football and, you know, finish out the workout strong. But, you know, it kind of hit me afterwards, you know, how upset I was. Kind of embarrassed, really, because I know, you know, that's not what I run. And so I was happy to just get back to work, refresh my mind, refresh my body. It's a long week there in Indy. I don't think people really understand how tiring it is, how early you are, how late you're getting in bed. And I think it was just a combination of everything that led to my performance. So I applaud the dudes that went out there and just absolutely killed it. You know, there were some freaks out there at the combine for sure, but you know, I was able to regroup, come back, and you know, hit the numbers I wanted to today.
Isaac, what kind of goes through your head when you're setting up to run or setting up to touch the ball?
When you're setting up to run, you know, really I just try to focus on my first step and getting out fast, and then from there, you know, everything should carry into itself. Honestly, when I catch the ball, I don't really think about it a whole lot. I just see the ball in my hands, and you know, a lot of it God gave me, a lot of it's hard work, and this is something that comes naturally. It's just kind of muscle memory at this point. I catch so many balls. I put in a lot of work that you know, I'm kind of to the point where it comes natural. Obviously, it's different in game situations when you got people hanging on you and trying to knock at your arms, and you got to read coverages and do all that football stuff. But you know, running in there, catching the football, has been something I've worked at a lot, and it's come pretty natural too.
What were the numbers you were shooting for today, and what do you think?
High 4.6s, low 4.7s. I got everything from a 4.59 to a 4.8, so it was a wide range, but mostly there was about 4.6s in there, low 4.7. So I hit, you know, what I was trying to hit.
Isaac, I mean, how did you go through this rock process? What type of challenge do you feel like you faced with, you know, not really kind of shots rounds?
Projection. You know, you can't. The thing is, nobody really knows. You know, I think a lot of teams look for a certain guy that fits a certain system. You know, I think a lot of people may put, you know, a whole lot of too much emphasis on the whole testing side of it. You know, rather than looking at the person as a football player. You know, you see it all the time. Guys go out there and run fast, and they don't amount to anything. You know? So there's something to be said about being a football player and having good tape. And then if you can test good along with that, you know, that's all good too. But you know, I don't feel any pressure. Nobody puts more pressure on myself or has higher expectations than myself. So you know, I just go out, go to work. you know, bounce back like I did today, and had a much better performance, and you know, just going to keep working out for teams, and you know, see what happens in April.
Isaac, do you have a favorite moment or favorite memory as a Georgia Bulldog?
I think one of my worst memories and favorite memories in the same time was the play against Tennessee. Made a crazy touchdown that I couldn't even celebrate because I knew what was waiting for me on the sideline because I missed the block and gave it the strip sack. But you know, I was able to turn a negative into a positive in score, so that was pretty cool.
How were you greeted on the sideline after?
Nobody really said a whole lot. You know, the coaching staff, they were just like, Nauta, you're so lucky. And you know, dudes were going crazy. Teammates were like, you know. But so it was pretty cool. That was a cool play.
Given how Indy went for you, how big was it?
It was very big. There was a couple stuff that I really wanted to redo, you know, but the biggest thing for me was the 40, so I wanted to put most of my energy into that. And like I said, I got a wide range of numbers, but most of what I heard was right where I wanted to run and right where I knew what I could run. So you know, I feel much better walking out here today.
What enables you to stay confident throughout this whole process? You seem like you hold yourself high in your sleep.
Yeah, the biggest thing for me is waking up, and when I look myself in the mirror, I know that, you know, I did everything I could do, and you got to be happy with yourself, you know, when you look in the mirror. And you know, I really was questioning why, you know, after the combine, like, why did this happen to me, you know, on this day? But everything happens for a reason. You know, I can't explain it to you why I didn't have my legs that day or whatnot, but you know, just took it as a learning experience. Went back to work, and you know, came out and did what I had to do today. So. You know, that's just kind of where the confidence comes from, just knowing I can do it.
You were a highly regarded recruit coming out of high school, and because of that, the way that Georgia used you over the course of your career got a lot of attention. How do you feel like being part of this offense over the last 3 years has prepared you for the next step you hope to take in the NFL?
You know, I think it has. You know, playing tight end position here, you got to do everything. You know, and if you want to be a tight end in the NFL, you got to block. You got to do playing back, you got to split out. And, you know, even though the targets or the reduction may not have been there, there's examples of it all over the field for the last 2 years of me doing everything. You know, our offense translates well to the next level. It's very pro style, so I think teams, even though the sample size might not be huge, they see I can do it.
I'm sure you talk to Charlie and those guys a lot. What do you tell them about life without you now in 2019?
You know, I've been working hard. You know, ever since I got down, I trained in Florida and combine. I stayed in touch with those guys a little bit, and I know they've been working out too. But finally, after pro day failure, I got a little more time to go talk to them and see how they're doing. But you know, those guys are great. I'm excited to see them this year. Charlie's a technical player. We got some young guys coming along. Patrick's getting ready to win. But yeah, I'm excited for Charlie and so on and so forth. Throughout our entire careers, and I'm excited to see him make a lot more plays in the passing game and get some more touchdowns.